Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. This is Tamika's Den. I am Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the den. So, guys, this is my review recap for Love After Lockup, Love During Lockup, Are You His Auntie? Season 4, episode 49, the season finale, y'all. We made it through, okay? The last of the last of the last, but we get the new season of Love After Lockup next week with some of these same people on there, as well as some others that we've seen in the past. The preview looked good. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to get into it. Listen, y'all, let's go. Okay, so we had, child, Are You His Auntie, right? Speaks for himself. Ranika's out here trying to come up with $3,000 for Ashanti's release, okay? Supposedly, Auntie is sending some money, honey, but when we say, Are you his auntie? We hear and know, I'm his girlfriend. It's like, excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm talking about Ashanti. Yeah, I'm his girlfriend, boo, all right? Now, Jade, she over here giving Chris an ultimatum. We really don't care because, child, you was with this man 5-6 years and you ain't think about having this conversation. You ain't think about the fact that your name wasn't on nothing. You didn't think about the fact that he was spending up all his money. You didn't give a damn until you heard him say, well, my name is on everything. Now, all of a sudden, we want to talk, okay? Savannah, child, Savannah, a.k.a. none other than a fruitcake. She really went up there to this jail with an ultimatum talking about some, we going to get married today. How he going to turn it down? Okay, she trying to risk it all, throw it all out there with her wedding dress and her damn bouquet, okay? Oh, Lord have mercy, Savannah, talking about, how he going to say no to this? Easy, child, N-O, okay? Brittany is heartbroken because apparently they didn't even think about looking up no information, asking no questions or none of this. You know you want to have this baby, but now you wait to have the consultation and have Key knock on the daggone phone talking about it's a no from me, dog, okay? He ain't about to go back on no damn hormones and stuff to be able to offer up his eggs for her to carry, so they gotta go ahead and figure something else out. Andy Kid said, I know you freaking lying, okay? You over here sending Brittany all this damn money. What about me? What about us? Okay, in my Michael Jackson voice. I need some moolah too. They say she probably gonna run the hell off, and baby, I agree with them. All right, let's go ahead and get into this episode. Break it on down, take it from the top. You know how we do. The foolishness and the messiness of it all with Love After Lockup, y'all. Love During Lockup. Now, I do have to apologize, you guys. I did give a disclaimer and say that my reviews was going to be a little later than usual. It took me a little mini break, but when I tell you, baby, the break didn't go the way I wanted it to, okay? It didn't hit the way I wanted it to. And ever since I've been trying to get these reviews up, I've been having problem after problem after problem. Problem with my internet, problem with the phone, problem with my storage, problem with the mic. If you've seen some of my other reviews, it's just been giving me a hard damn time, y'all. So we're going to try our best to make it through this. Hopefully, I will be able to put this one out and upload it for you guys. Oh, child. Okay, we're going to try to make it do what it do. So, of course, we get the easy ones out of the way. Okay. Jade and Chris. Jade out here walking on the beach, honey, and she, I'm so sad. I'm so lonely. Okay. I sacrificed 6 years, and after I heard what you said, I really thought about it, and I really think we need to make some decisions. You need to go ahead and write up some type of post. Nup agreed. You need to put me on some type of paperwork and get it notarized. And at first he's like, what are we talking about here? Like, at the end of the day, I've been taking care of you. I've been doing everything for you. Ain't a damn thing changed or whatever. Where's this coming from? Why you bringing it up now? And she is basically saying that, well, I did feel fine until I heard you talking about how your name is on everything, and it made me reevaluate things. And so it's like, are you threatening me? Are you giving me an ultimatum? Are you saying that you will go and file for divorce? Well, yeah, I don't want to say that because I love you so much, okay? But if I feel like I don't have no other choice, then yeah, divorce would be a conversation that we would be having, because now I'm feeling a whole nother way knowing that, my name ain't on nothing, and I could be homeless and just shit out of luck if you decide that you're going to go ahead and get up and leave. And so she was like, I just want to protect myself. I want to know that I'm covered or whatever the case may be if the shit hits the fan. And I feel like it should be some type of agreement, whether it's a will or whatever. You know, you wanted me to solely rely on you. You didn't want me to get a job. And I'm saying, like I said, Jay, if he didn't want you to get a job, which you dumb, because I'm sorry, I still would have got one, even, just me being me, okay? I would never want to completely depend on anybody. But why was none of this talked about before? Why didn't you think about all of this, whether he said it or not? Like, I wouldn't give nobody the chance. Then we hearing you say that apparently it is been times in the past when he's thrown things in your face and he's been like, oh, you don't work, I do everything, is coming from me. And this is another reason why he be calling you down, doing Mr. Stalker vibes or whatever, because he feels like, hey, what else you got to do but answer my damn calls? You ain't got no job, okay? You sitting around laying on a damn beach in the freaking sun or whatever the case may be. So what else do you have to do but answer my calls? Like, it explains so much more, all right? And so do I feel sorry for you? No, I do not. It really wasn't much to that story, so we can move on swiftly and professionally from that. Of course, he eventually agrees and says that he don't want to have no issues, that, she has had his back or whatever, and he's going to be there for her, and that when they go, okay, and leave this world, they would be buried next to each other, child, whatever, okay? Good for them, right? If you like it, I love it. So moving on from there, we had going Mr. Andy. He's, of course, packing up because finally his Brittany is supposed to be coming home. And his son is saying, like, how much you done spent? You be sending her money and stuff. And he said, yeah, I probably sent her about $6,000 so far. And his son was like, say what? Like, where's my money? Okay. He told his son, get a job and you'll have some money. I mean, listen, I ain't mad at that part either, right? I work for her. Because he was like, well, where you getting this money from? Oh, my job, my checks that come or whatever, right? And so, of course, what you think the first thing his son do? Walk in the room, call up his sister. Yo, do you know that he over here got $1,200 saved to the side for her? And she like, what, $1,200? He like, yeah. You know that he been sending her money and all of that. So he's like, do you really think this is serious? And do you think one day they may get married? And his sister is basically like, yeah, I don't know all about that. I doubt it very much. That girl is probably going to take that money and run for the hills. And even if they do stick around for a minute, or they do get married, it will not last long, okay? It's going to be quick, fast, and in a hurry, a divorce, annulment, or whatever, and she going to be up out of here. So I doubt very much we have that to worry about, but, make sure you keep an eye out, right? And if anything is funny, you call me and keep me posted and let me know what's going on. I thought it was funny that he went in the room to talk to his sister, and damn, Andy was literally right there in the living room, and I'm sure he could hear every word they saying, but I guess he was supposed to be so caught up into his packing that either he was pretending he hear it and just ignoring it and just happy to be, finally getting Brittany home and be able to go pick her up, or he didn't hear it. I don't know which one it was, but he continued packing, and he basically was just happy and talking about, of course, I love you, you love me, okay, me and Brittany will be a family. It's all good to him as far as he's concerned, and he's basically looking forward to this life that they're going to start together. He know that is real, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, okay? And so they basically drive down, to where they going, and she was telling him, like, you're not going to be able to, come right in to where the prison is. You got to be a certain distance. He got all these balloons and all this different stuff set up for her. And when they get there, the daughter's already there, and she's saying she been there all day, and he's telling her what the procedures and the plans is, and saying that they're all going to meet back downstairs that next morning. And she's basically like, well, he seems like, he's committed and he's trying to go out his way to, get things done. So we shall see, right? She actually seemed like she was a little bit more settled about it this time around than that first meeting when they was leaving the prison, okay? Now, moving on from there, we basically had Key Knock and Dan Brittany, right? Now, she, of course, is just leaving from going through that whole discussion in the damn store with EB. They say they going to talk later, and she get in the car, and calls up because this is her video visit. And she's telling him like, yo, what's really good with EB? Like, do you be telling her to stalk me? Do you be telling her to watch me? You know, I feel really funny. She always got different stuff to say. And she gets into this whole conversation about, you know, going forward, especially after what happened with Carla and the conversation that she had with her. She is not going to let other people like spoil her happiness, okay, mess up her peace, or get into the middle of her relationships. And Keenock is like, oh, for real? And she like, yeah, you know, after that whole debacle, and I don't know why she would lie. And did you ever ask her why she lied? And I'm like, Brittany, really? Of course, the answer was no. You know, no, I don't care about what other people say, and I'm not going to sit there and ask somebody why they doing what they doing, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. So she basically was like, well, I can't tell you what to do, but I know for me going forward, you know what I'm saying, I'm not going to be doing that. And she's basically letting Keenock know like this whole situation with EB was out of pocket, out of hand. I'm not in a relationship with her, so I don't feel like, you know, it should be anything coming. Me and you are the ones that's in the relationship together. There's a lot of stuff that we both have done to each other in the past, you know, that we've already supposedly moved on from. So I don't know why those things is being brought up to me and all of that. And basically, long story short, as far as Keenock is concerned, is no issue. You know, oh, that's my boy. Oh, he just looking out for me. You know, just really care about me. He ain't going nowhere. This is a long time friend and all of that. And she was like, yeah, well, you could do what you want to do. But for me, you know, this is how I feel or whatever, right? And I just don't see the point of it. And if we're going to have other people mixed up into our relationships, then that's not going to be a good thing. We're not going to be able to move forward and be able to have a solid relationship if we always got other people in it. And I understood completely where Brittany was coming from. And I think that she is 110% right. But just that response from Keenock Child, we already know what time it is, right? So now we see her at the doctor's office, and she's explaining the situation to the doctor as far as Keenock already went through the procedures, you know, when becoming a transgender man, already taking the different hormones and things of that nature, right? And so the doctor was like, first and foremost, that would have to stop, okay? That would have to stop. We would have to see if he actually has some valuable eggs that can be used. She says she only has one fallopian tube. Is that going to be an issue? And he said, not necessarily, because we don't need your fallopian tube or whatever, right? And you would be able to go ahead and carry the baby or whatever as long as she has some healthy eggs. So now when Keenock calls and he's repeating all of this to him, is like, oh, hell no. Like, I didn't know that that was part of the procedure. I had no idea. And I'm not trying to go backwards or whatever the case may be, because he was saying that could make her breast grow and different things of that nature. And she was like, that's reversing everything that I've already done. So she was like, that's not an option. And at first, Brittany was still trying to say, well, wait, and maybe we could talk about it. Maybe there's something that we could figure out. And Keenock basically was like, hell to the no, it's nothing for us to figure out. That's just going to be a no for me, dog. And so she starts getting emotional and crying and saying, you know, she wasn't expecting that reaction. She thought they was all in this. You know, she's always made it perfectly clear that she wants to be able to have a baby. So then, you know, she's writing down everything as the doctor's explaining everything to Keenock or whatever the case may be, you know, saying that it could be a voice change, breast change, and all of that. And she's like, yeah, no, I'm definitely not okay with that, right? So he says this is definitely a discussion that them two need to have. And she was like, well, at this point, you know, we could do an adoption. There's plenty of different things that we could do. And Brittany's whole thing is, yeah, we can adopt, but that really would be my last resort. Like, after we've tried every single thing else, she's basically like, you know how important this is to me, and that I really wanted to be able to carry your baby. So then she started asking about whether, you know, she would be able to do it, and if there's a difference with this whole one fallopian tube. And he was like, not necessarily, but it can cost you a lot more. The longer that you go, the more treatments that you have to get, and we will also have to check your eggs. So he stepped out for a minute just so they could talk, and she's like, you know, crying. And Keenock is basically saying, don't cry. It's nothing for you to get upset about. Like, you know, I know that you wanted to be able to do it that way, but that's not something that I'm willing to sacrifice in that way, you know, and do that or whatever. We'll see if we could possibly do it this way, because when the doctor was saying that it was more expensive, he basically was like, it's not a problem with the money at all. It's just basically making sure that she's going to be okay and that they have, you know, a healthy baby. And he said that she would have to use like IVF and make sure that the fallopian tube is healthy and things of that nature, right? And then, of course, whether it's going to be a fresh transfer, a frozen transfer, having a sperm donor, and all of those type of things, right? And so, child, I'm like, to be honest, this is not even what you need to be worried about right now, Brittany. You need to be worried about getting this school and work situation together, seeing where the hell this damn relationship is even going to go before you sit down for any consultation with about any damn doctor about any damn baby. But nonetheless, I digress. We are here, right? And so that basically what they was talking about, you know, with that. Now, moving on from there, we had Leticia. Leticia came home, right? Of course, she's supposed to be so upset with Miss Auntie because her husband put her on blast and was ready to curse her behind out about that daggone ring. So now when she get home, she telling Auntie, oh yeah, I spoke to him and everything. And she like, oh cool, what did he say? She was like, I don't appreciate you, you know, being nosy and going and telling him anything. Our marriage is our marriage. You need to stay out your, you know, stay out of business and all of that. And Auntie said, listen, this is the role that I've been playing. Okay, I've always been the one that checks the accounts, let him know what different things is going on. She like, yeah, number one, I looked at the ring and I could tell that it cost more than what the budget was supposed to be. And number two, I saw the damn receipt. I said, well, damn, okay, Auntie got the accounts and everything. Yeah, honey, so you should have known it wasn't going to be nowhere around that. And you should have just known, because that was his aunt, that at the end of the day, no matter how cool she is with you, watching your kids and all this and that, that's still his aunt. So I don't know why you was acting so shocked. But she's saying, you know, at the end of the day, I respect you. That's cool that you his aunt, but I'm his wife. You know, this is our relationship or whatever the case may be. And you shouldn't be in the middle of it. And you shouldn't be going back saying nothing. You know, she made me laugh because she actually called Auntie his secretary, you know. But she said, I was going to tell him. I just didn't get a chance to tell him or whatever. And now it's like I was trying to deceive him or something, which, you know, I wasn't trying to do. And Auntie said that's her job to observe, okay? So she was like, you know, if something comes up, then she'll tell him. But Auntie said, I'm not spying. Spying would be if I had to go and look through stuff or whatever on a sneak tip. At the end of the day, I got the access to all of it. So it's just something I saw. And yes, I did go tell him, right? And so she just was like, okay, Niecy Pooh. She really wasn't paying her no mind, right? So she was like, you know, Aunt Marsha shouldn't be having no access to their accounts any damn way. And she being nosy and, you know, she need to stay the hell up out her business. And she going to be, you know, beeping him and calling him, okay, to let him know that, we going to need Aunt Marsha off these damn papers. And we going to need her off the, you know, taking off the account. And that's going to be that with that. I said, okay, girl, if you say so. But obviously, you know, Keith feels something, honey, because he calmed down his daggone tone too. And now, you know, we getting a call from him where her girls is out here. And it's like, oh, where's that ring that I got for you? And we want the girls to go ahead and put the ring on her daggone finger. And, you know, now it's all about, oh, my hubby, I love you and I appreciate you so much. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Now, moving on over to damn Savannah with her crazy cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs behind, child. She riding up here with this damn wedding dress on, child. The bouquet, okay. She got on the daggone, I forget the freaking name of it. You know, on her damn head, the full get up, right? But, oh, I'm probably not going to be able to bring these parts inside. And we saying how nervous we are. We saying how, you know, our stomach was jacked up when we was getting ready. But we are like, look at us. Look how we look. Look what we doing. Okay, when we get up here, this is going to be offer he cannot refuse. All right, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to be like, here I am. You might as well go ahead and marry me, right? Oh, I get the reasons why he's saying he don't want to get married. But I'm still going to show up here in a full damn get up and surprise him. And how is he going to be able to turn this down? And I'm just saying, this child really needs some damn psychiatric help, y'all. I'm not even being funny, because anybody that damn delusional, it really does scare me. I'm sorry. So she like, you know, I'm gonna make this happen and all of that. Of course, she comes out very disappointed, sad, okay, talking about that didn't go how I thought it was gonna go. You know, I did see him. We still ends up having a very nice visit, enjoying himself. I basically walked up to him and was like, you know, you gonna go ahead and marry me? And he basically was like, yeah, ha 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 ha, no, okay, we not gonna do that. And she like, I get where he's coming from. I get what he's saying, you know, it's finally sinking into me. I learned my lesson. Sometimes you got to learn your lesson the hard way. Is pretty much you can't make people do what they don't want to do. And it's the same thing like when I went up to the house without his permission with his mama, and he was telling me not to do that, but I did it anyway. And so, you know, I had to accept that he doesn't want to do that right now, but I know one day, you know, he will do it, and I'm willing to wait for him and all of this. I said, girl, okay, I guess it will work for you, honey. So nonetheless, she get a call from him, and he's saying how much he appreciates, like, wow, damn, you really did come up here with the whole wedding get up on and thought that I was going to get married to you. And he like, one thing that I do appreciate about you is that whatever you, like want, you go after it or whatever, and you don't give up or whatever, and you still wanted to devote yourself to me, and that really does mean a lot to me, even though I said no. Okay, so he was like, I know that you would take care of us and our future family. And he was like, you know, she talking about, I get it, it makes sense. And she's like, I can't wait till that day that we could get to spend together. And he's like, me too. And he was like, it just shows me how much you love me and stuff like that. And, you know, she was like, yeah, I'm going to put that same energy to still trying to get you out. And then she's still talking about when he get out, then they will get married or whatever. And she could understand him not wanting to have a prison wedding or whatever, right? And that, you know, she's basically not afraid to go after the things that she want to go after. So he's like, yeah, put that energy into getting me out of prison. And she's like, deal. And then they like, love you, bye. I said, child, Savannah, 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 girl. I guess, right? And she talking about, I'm happy we in a good spot. I'm happy for you too, girl, right? Now, moving on from there, child. We talked about Jade and Chris. I'm just trying to make sure. We talked about Savannah. We talked about Leticia. We talked about Brittany. And we talked about Andy and the other Brittany. Okay. Child, last but definitely not least, Ranika. Ranika, of course, is still waiting outside the place. At this point, we are picking right back up where we left off with Auntie saying, you know, that somebody was going to be calling her phone. Remember, he didn't want that person to be able to call her phone. He just wanted to set it up where they could send the money. When they send the money, they only sent $11.40. So, of course, she still had to come up with the difference. She was mad about that, but she was like, damn it, man. Now you making me take something out of my daughter's fund. Nah, we ain't making you take nothing out of your daughter's college fund. Your dumb behind is actually willing to spend that just because you're like, I haven't had none in a long time. I'm so horny. I can't wait for him to come out or whatever. So now when she go back and sit in the car, she calls and she's like, hey, girl, we still waiting for him to come out. And you hear the person saying, yeah, he called me a little while ago and said it was still away. And I know y'all tired because y'all been there for a long time. And I didn't really want to cook anything. So I didn't, because I didn't know what was happening. And then she's basically like, yeah, they still ain't released him yet. I'm still actually sitting here waiting on him. And she's like, oh my goodness, I appreciate you. And Ranika talking about something, you so welcome. So she was like, I was wondering, you his auntie? And they like, no, I'm his girlfriend. She like, no, I'm talking about Asante. Yeah, Asante, a.k.a., you know, Leticia, I'm his girlfriend, okay? So she like, what? And she like, bruh. And I'm like, so you telling me, Miss Ranika, that you ain't asked no other questions? You just hung up the phone. You just left the conversation like that. Like, I'm not expecting you to sit here and argue with the woman. I'm glad you didn't, because at the end of the day, you know, that's not what we need to be doing. And she really don't owe you no damn explanation. But baby, the way I would have dug more into that by the time he was coming outside, and all she kept sitting there talking about is, well, I don't really want to bring that up right now. I don't want to get into it. You know, I'm not trying to start no argument right now. We are going to find out, is that really Auntie or not? Because you telling me it's Auntie and she's saying she is girlfriend. But I've never got to see him out of jail. I've never got to hold him. And I want to hold my man. I want to kiss my man. I want to bump with my man. And so your freaking mind is first and foremost there. And then you got the nerve to say, well, I guess he been using homegirl for years and she been sending him money. And I'm like, well, that's what you've been doing. Not only did you send him damn money, girl, which is thousands of damn dollars, but now you done took your kids out of school and moved them down here to a place they don't know to be around a man that they don't know, spending another couple of thousands, and then done went to your damn daughter's freaking fund for school and spent more money out of there. So what the hell that make you? But, you know, of course, she's supposed to be just so worried about getting some from him or whatever, right? So now she's still waiting out there. Seemed like it was longer than 10 minutes, even though they told her it was going to be about 10-15 minutes once she paid. And she keep yelling, come on, come out, damn, what's taking so long? Then finally he come out and she jumping on him and, you know, legs all wrapped around. Ooh, baby, I love you so much. I love you so much. I'm so glad to have you here. I miss you. She over here boo-hoo-hoo crying or whatever the case may be. You know, finally I get to hold you. Finally I get to be with you. I love you. And all those times she was saying I love you, I did not hear him say no, I love you back. She must have said like love you 5 damn times, right? Talking about I'm crying like a baby or whatever. And after 13 months it feels so good to be able to touch him and see him, and she craving him and all of this other stuff, right? And so she talking about, oh, you look so handsome, you know, and you little jailbird or whatever. So he was like, no, I'm not a jailbird no more because I'm out of jail. She talking about, no, you been in there more than once, so you are jailbird. But he was like, that's gonna be the last time or whatever. And she was like, yeah, that sure is gonna be the last time, I know, right? And so he talked about how the first time he went to prison was when he was 18 years old, you know, with auto theft or whatever, and then he was 25 and he stayed in for 3 years the next time, and he served 4 years the next time. And then, you know, just basically kept getting into trouble. But he was like, you know, she telling him she got him, and he's like, you know, I promise you that he feel good, he feel better, life is good, and he gonna do the right thing. And she was like, I can't wait to touch you. And so we just in the best of damn, you know, place right now, right? And he's saying he can't wait to spend time with her and go on her with dates and just have fun and all of that. And so, you know, he ready to spend the rest of his life with her, right? And so she like, I can't wait, and this is all for me. And he's like, yeah, it is. And then she like, yeah, it better be or whatever, right? So she was like, even though Auntie says she was his girlfriend, we ain't gonna get into that right now, okay? We just seeing each other and kissing and hugging and rubbing. I'm gonna leave that alone, no pressure right now, right? But I'm gonna get to that ass later, right? So in the meantime, they get in the car and they basically driving away, and lo and behold, who you think called but, you know, Auntie. So when she passing him the phone, she starts hitting him and stuff, and she's basically like, oh, you know, yeah, Auntie's on the phone or whatever, and he giving her this damn, you know, funny look or whatever the case may be, right? And telling her why she acting like that. And she was like, why the hell she calling my phone? And he over here trying to play it off like, oh yeah, you can text her some crap, right? So we already knew that Ashanti was going to be full of damn gone crap, child. And of course they were on the season of, you know, Love After Lockup 2. Unfortunately, like I said, he did pass away. This was last weekend. You know, initially they said that it was a chase, that he was running from the cops, but later they said no, it wasn't supposedly no chase involved, but he was speeding. He wasn't wearing a seatbelt, and unfortunately another person, you know, did lose their life as well. So RIP to them. And they said something about him and Ranika not even being together no more, but she put up a post about him and that he had a damn girl that was pregnant by him now. So, you know, needless to say, as far as Chris and Jade, he supposed to come out in 2034. You know, freaking Andy and Brittany's whole debacle, that's going to be on Love After Lockup 2. They will continue on. We're going to see Brittany and Keenock on Love After Lockup as well. and whatever they daggone journey is gonna be. Leticia kept her daggone wedding ring. Like I said, he ended up having the daggone girls go ahead and put the ring on her hand or whatever the case may be. And who else did we have? You know, he supposed to get out in 2035, or was it 2025, child? One of them. And you know, Brittany and Keenock also was still continuing with their baby plans. I don't know, but we gonna see their journey and follow their journey. Okay, I'm be right there being nosy. Savannah was still working on the damn commutation, child, and Jake hopes to be able to get out by 2034. And, you know, of course, you know, they did put up a RIP to Ashanti at the end of this episode that just aired this past Friday. So, unfortunately, you know, I don't wish that on nobody. But that was Love After Lockup, y'all. Tell me what y'all think about this. You know, Love During Lockup. Tell me if you're going to be tuning in for Love After Lockup. Give me a wave. Let me know you came by. Put some flames up in the sky. Y'all like, comment, share, subscribe if you are so inclined. Till next time. Toodaloo.